Hey there, it's Darren. Welcome to day 49 of the 90-day challenge. I gotta be honest, again, I feel like a fraud. Do you ever feel like a fraud? I don't know about you, but for me, like as a motivational speaker, I feel like if I'm not working on my next goal, then how dare I? Again, we all got to be working on something. How dare we be on stage trying to inspire others, but not actually working on improving something seriously, either a big aspiration or maybe a challenge that we have in our life that we're actually trying to self-develop on. So it's kind of like being a fraud if you're talking about it, preaching it, telling other people they should do it, but we don't do it ourselves. So, hey Regina, I'll be over in a few minutes for an amazing turkey dinner with you and your fiance, as well as Alicia and Jacob. I'm so pumped for dinner. So I wanted to make sure, since after the turkey I'm going to be super bloated, I thought that I would get this done now before then. Anyway, hey Michelle Leeway, and hey Colin. So feeling like a fraud because I'd have this big aspiration and I would just let myself stop. And it was actually interesting. I remember hearing a sermon from my buddy Vince, and he talked about how Apostle Paul would do things that he knew was wrong, but he did them anyway. And it's like, I've known that this is wrong. And so if you don't know, one of my big dreams and big goals, and I feel like God put it on my heart, but I haven't been doing it. So I feel guilty now. The old Catholic guilt is kicking in, that I had talked about this to many people. And for a while I was doing 17 minutes a day working on my movie script, so a film script, and I haven't been doing it. And something that Becky said yesterday, Becky Spone, she said that, look, it was a great post, Becky. Congratulations. And it was a really cool message, and it hit home with me, and it kind of helped put me over the edge. I know I'm all over the map here, but anyway, do you ever have like, you're wanting something and then you get like a little whisper over here and another whisper over there and another whisper that you're supposed to be doing something and you're not? And so Becky talked about having a big goal, and a friend of hers said, well, this person passed away, so you need to take over their dream. And it's like, no, it wasn't my dream, it was his dream. And so I realized I actually had a backup plan if I was to die, that this major project I would hand over to somebody else, a great friend who I was hoping would take it over. And it's like, but it's not their dream and their goal, their responsibility. It's mine. I remember Les Brown saying, imagine being on your deathbed and your dreams come to you and they say to you, we came to you to give us life. How dare you? And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So feeling like a fraud, but I'm trying to get back at it. So Becky said that. And then for some reason, when I went running yesterday, I listened to the 10X by Grant Cardone, the audiobook that I have. And right at the beginning, he said, well, if you have a dream of making a movie. And I was like, that's like 2 in a row. I need to get back to this. So Becky, thank you for telling your truth and being real, because it planted a seed, and then Grant slapped me across the face. And bottom line is, if I just need to do this. So I finally just got enough up, and I've been asking God for help with this too, that I'm here in my office, and I started on this today, even though I don't work on Sundays, God's day, but I felt like this is a God project. So I pulled out, see if you can see this, I pulled out not only some of the things, but the big thing that I have is I have this enormous foam core chart. And this, if you're familiar at all with Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, this is a huge hero's journey. If you haven't checked it out before, you got to check out, look up Joseph Campbell and the Hero's Journey. and he dissects some powerful stories and movies, and I think there's a Star Wars where they dissect it and go along with the hero's journey. So without trying to explain the whole thing, I actually plotted out my whole movie. The inner journey, oops, shaking a little here. The inner journey, and then all the different plot points, and I have my different scenes in here. And the hero goes into the special world. This is where the journey, where the challenge happens, where all the trials and tribulations happen, and then they come out on the other side. They come out on the other side, back to the special world, but they're different and change because of the journey. So I used to study scripts. I used to study all the great screenwriters and script writers, and I just got overwhelmed, and I don't know what blocked me. But I'm really trying hard, and I'm forcing myself to go back again and to write a little bit each day. So what's that big aspiration you have, that goal or that dream where you know there's something you're supposed to be doing, but we feel like a fraud if we're preaching it to other people, but we're not doing it ourselves? So for you, what is that? For me, I'm super clear, and I need to get back to it because script writing is not my thing. However, it needs to be my thing. If I really feel like this is something that got put on my heart to accomplish, I know a lot of my self-doubt is in there, and screenwriting isn't my thing, but I just got to get version 1.0 done because I know it's going to be a whole other journey trying to sell this to a movie company. So I got to at least get version 1.0 done, and let me call up my script here, see what page I'm on, so I can talk about the advancement. Whoops, let me see here. We are on page 68 right now. So a normal movie script is about 120 pages. So on page 68, I got to keep moving forward. So I'm going to keep posting where I'm at. And please call me out on this. If you're watching this and you see that I'm not posting, getting past page 68, then please call me out, because there's nothing like a little guilt to move you forward when you're broadcasting about something like this. So let's see. So today, day 49, this is when I'm getting back to moving forward on the script, the movie script, and I'm broadcasting it. So I feel guilty if I don't move forward. And how dare I talk about chasing your dream if I'm not working on my next one? So inspire by example. Tell your story. Thank you. Thanks, Denise. And please comment. Please comment if this resonated with you. Please share it. I'm just trying to be open and real and raw, and I'm feeling like a fraud because I started this script about 7 or 8 years ago, and I would work on it for a while and I would stop it. And then I'd have a spurt, and I'd work on it for a while and stop it. Maria, how are you, Maria? And so I just need to get back to it. I just need to shut up, Darren, get out of the way. And if you really believe this stuff and goals and moving forward, then you got to just flip and do it. So stop whining, stop complaining. Most importantly, stop avoiding and get back to it. So that's what I'm going to do. How about you? Take one step, and if you ever followed it before, I say take at least 17 minutes towards your dream each day. Because what I found before is if I forced myself to do 17 minutes, a lot of times I'd do 25 minutes or an hour or 90 minutes. But I had to force myself to at least get started. Once I get started and get into it, then I would be on a roll. So, gonna get back into it again tomorrow morning. So, I'm heading over to Regina's and Ken's to check out the new pool, the new digs, and have a scrumptious homemade dinner. Thanks for watching. Please comment, please pass this along, and most importantly, tell your story and inspire by example. See ya.